Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. This is episode 351, 351 of the two Dum Yinzers, guys. We're just back from summer break. How you gentlemen doing?
Oh, I'm good. It wasn't long enough.
That was too long. What are you talking about?
You give me a week, I want two. You give me two, I want four.
Yeah, did you do anything fun and exciting over vacation, man?
I did not, and it was great. I relaxed and did nothing.
That's sometimes the best kind of vacation.
It, oh God, it was.
Therapy, what about you, man? Did you have a nice vacation?
Yes, I
What
went
did
to a battleship.
you went to a battleship? What else?
Yes,
Did you swim in the ocean a little bit?
yes.
You did?
Which ocean did you swim in?
Well, I'm not near the Pacific, so it must be the Atlantic, right,
Well,
Mike?
I don't know, dude. Like there's these things called planes and trains and cars that can transport you from location A to location B, thousands upon thousands of miles away. So I thought I asked a very pertinent question.
It was the Atlantic.
Okay.
Are you sure?
You sure? Well, Derpy doesn't understand modern transportation, so I'm not sure if Derpy knows what's going on here.
Um, a lot of crazy things. A lot of crazy things happened since we last
Yeah.
seen each other, last talked to one another. Over the holiday, 4th of July, they had $1.77 gas at Sheets. Was any of you guys crazy enough? Did anybody go down there and get $1.77 gallon of gas at
I
Sheets?
almost did because that day I was like, I need gas, but I can get it tomorrow. It's kind of close. Like, I talked myself out of it. Then I got home and I saw it was $1.76. I'm like, oh, I should have went, but then I was like, no, 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 no. I am not going out there in that nonsense. And I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, you got mixed reports. Some people said that they were fine with it. They waited about 15, 20 minutes. They got through, they filled their gas tank up for $20 and it was well worth it. Other people said that, I wouldn't catch me dead in this situation with this $1.77 gas. And you know what it was. I did not get gas that day. I could have, but I did not. But you know what? That was exciting. And you know what? Sheets couldn't have done it any better. That's the way to do it. Kind of at the last moment, springing on people. Then you get that fear of missing out, and you don't want to. You don't want to be the guy that don't get the $1.77 gas. So people cram into that lot, and that was the way to do it. They made a killing that day.
They made a killing. And that just shows that they could actually afford to do this all the time.
Oh, absolutely.
That's just saying, hey, everyone, we've been price gouging you all along, so we're going to give you one day where the prices aren't so bad.
Well, the thing is, I think people realize that now. People realize that we're getting screwed from each and every angle that there possibly is. So, every once in a while they throw us a bone. I guess we can't be too upset about it. And
I'm upset.
They're going to do what they're going to do
about it. I'm going to go over and take over these gas companies.
There you go. Also, another big caught a lot of buzz. This story here caught a lot of buzz over break. This woman, tell me if you guys caught this story. This woman, she goes on, she's on an airplane, and it's a viral video, and
I know what you're talking about.
The video shows her. She's storming up toward the front of the plane. The airplane's packed, getting ready to take off. It seems to be, and this chick, it starts off, this chick is charging toward the front of the plane. She says, I'm getting out of here. This person is not real. She keeps saying, she keeps addressing a person that was near her on the plane, saying that they're not real. There's some speculation. Some people said that she had mentioned that he had reptilian eyes. When his eyes blinked, they kind of shuddered from side to side, opposed to up and down like our eyes do. But big story. They're trying to get information. They're trying to figure out who's involved. Did this lady have a little bit too much to drink beforehand? Was she mentally
unstable?
Who knows?
Yeah,
who knows? It could be anything. But here at the two Dum Yinzers, we are all about figuring ththings out.
Yes,
and we are all about solving problems. And we do in fact
yes
have the answer to all this. Derpy, did you see this story?
I did.
Was she on your flight?
Derpy.
Well,
I
Derby's gonna
drove,
say
I did not
Derby's gonna
fly.
say he didn't
He's
fly,
going to say he didn't fly, but we have contacts throughout the country.
and
We have contacts at
contacts.
the FAA. We have, at TSA. We have contacts everywhere, and we found.
Hold on 1 second. So let me paint this out a little bit. we have smoking gun evidence. We know we've filled in the blanks. We got the
Yes.
answers. Here's the two dumb yinzers. This is what we do. We went and we got the answer to this situation. We know, in fact, who it was that they were talking about on this plane, who this woman said was not human. We dug deep. We found the answer. And Mike is going to put up the evidence right now. If you're watching on the show on YouTube on video, you can see the smoking gun evidence we have. So in this first picture that you're going to see the woman of subject. She's screaming. She's saying, "I don't want on this plane. Get me off of here. If you want to die, you can die, but I'm not going to die." And here we go. We have a little insight to the story.
Let's see.
All right. So you can notice in the picture here,
Is everyone
there's
seeing
the
this?
woman. She's storming down the aisle, saying this person back here is not human. He's wearing a green hoodie. He's not human.
Mhm.
I don't know what it is. So let's take a look directly behind the woman. Mike, go ahead and circle that, would you? The
Circle
person
that.
in the
Hold
background.
on 1 second here. 1 second here. We're having some technical difficulties, but we
Oh,
will get
for
this
fuck's
circled.
sake.
We will get this circled. This is not easy for me. I'm trying to circle.
I just blew the
as
whole bit.
I am just trying to circle as we go. As we go, I am circling. I am.
All right, there we go.
circling.
Mike is circling now.
And it is circled. You can see my
Here it
great
is. Okay, so
artwork
make
here.
that a little larger.
Oh
so you can see.
no.
And there it is.
There it is.
There
right
it is, guys. She said that this person is not real. By looking at this person in this photo, I would agree that this person is not real. But we do know for a fact that this person has been away
Yes.
from all of their contacts over the past week, and nobody can confirm.
This is what our contacts at the TSA, the NSA, the FBI, the CIA.
This
is what
is-
everyone has sent us.
This is the
picture right
person in the
here.
green hoodie.
Yes.
It is not real. She claims that this person in the picture that you can see here in front of you on the video is not real, but we in fact can we can confirm that this is Derpy from the Two Dum Yinzers show.
Derpy.
What do you think, Derpy? What do you have to say for yourself?
I just noticed that Derpy went from a panda to a cow. He did this so he would
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Derpy was just trying to, change it up. He's been a
Derpy.
panda the entire time, and then he comes back as a cow.
Yeah.
That's like Derpy's trying to deny all these allegations, but you can't
So
fool
I
one
can't
on us.
say I can't say that
fool
this
one on
woman
us.
wasn't drunk, or I can't say that this woman
Had, like,
wasn't mentally ill.
Yeah,
But
it's
from
like
the
He had
photo-
to be on something, dude.
Well, that's what
on
she
something
thought when she
coming
turned
off
around
of
and
something.
seen you sitting there, like
Yeah.
in the picture.
You
She
know,
probably thought, "What am I looking at?"
Like when I first saw this video, I'm like, oh, okay, a crazy white woman on a plane. Okay, either she's a Karen, she's about to get some poor like Middle Eastern guy kicked off the plane for being a terrorist, is sitting there reading a magazine. She's gonna flip out on another person of color. No, it turns out she's probably psychotic or coming off a drug. So I'm okay laughing at this situation right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this video can go a lot of different ways, and I was not expecting this.
At one point,
Saying
her voice
no-
breaks, and you hear people say that she's kind of believable because her voice breaks.
Yeah.
Now I don't buy this because you have to know the personality of people, and if there's 8 billion people on the planet, you gotta know a little bit about them. You can't just watch a video of one of 8 billion and just assume that they're being completely honest because that their voice cracks.
Yeah, I think
Doesn't
she
mean
was
that they're being
either-
honest.
Yeah, it's either having like a mental breakdown, or be coming off of something. Those are my two explanations right there. She was either, people take Ambien to be able to fly, and you do weird stuff when you're on Ambien if you stay awake. Is that the one? I think that's the one that puts you to sleep. Whatever. Maybe she fought through it and it was hallucinating. There are a couple of
It's the
different
Matrix.
explanations here.
Yeah.
I'm not going with the Matrix.
It's the Matrix.
No, I'm just okay laughing at this situation because no one physically got harmed.
Yeah.
mental stuff. Just rub some dirt on it and take a lap. You'll be fine. Okay.
And there was a lot of many other things
Oh,
over
yeah.
this holiday
Yes.
break. But we do want to get into some sports here because that's kind of what we
very,
do.
very good sports stuff. Maybe.
We have the All-Star game tomorrow, which means tonight is the best part of the All-Star game, in my opinion. It's always been a favorite part of my
home run derby.
Yes, All-Star week is the home run derby. I would have liked to see somebody like Jack Sawinski get in there, but you know what? Even if he's not, it's still fun. It's still a lot of fun. You get to see the guys out there. They're just hitting ball after ball after ball over a fence. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But starting off the All-Star festivity weekend, of course, they started day one last night of the Major League Baseball draft, and the Pittsburgh Pirates, of course, get number 1 overall. There was a lot of speculation leading up to the draft. Who are they going to take? Are they going to take Cruz? Are they going to take Langford? Are they going to take Skenes? Are they going to take the kid from high school? It was all over the place. I didn't know who they were going to take. Charrington comes out and he says, you know what? We're going to take the best person available. And in my opinion, being the number 1 pick and saying I'm going to take the best person available is kind of being a dick. But you know what? That's besides the point. He ends up taking the right-handed pitcher from LSU that just won the national championship in college baseball, Paul Skenes. He is a right-hander, Mr. 103 miles an hour, some people call him.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy, he's compared to Justin Verlander. They say that he's Justin Verlander with Navy SEAL preparation.
Yes.
So you got to like whatever that means.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that one out. But you know what? It sounds good.
It sounds good. So I'm going to run with that. The Paul Skenes, he is the only, check this out, guys. He's the only player in history to win a College World Series, be named most outstanding player in the tournament, and being drafted number 1 overall. This guy seems like the real deal. He seems like I watched some highlights last night. He's a pretty amazing guy. He's kind of a freak of nature, and I like this. I just wonder how bad the Pirates are going to screw up his career.
Oh, they're gonna wreck it. Hopefully this guy, like what I've been reading the whole time is like he's like one of the most pro-ready pitchers to come along in a long time.
Yes,
said, like Verlander, Strasburg, or
that's what I saw.
Strasburg and
the best one since then.
Yeah, he's like been mentioned with those guys. 3 pretty good pitchers. So hopefully they don't mess it up. This kid should be fast tracked to the majors, but we know this is the Pirates. What do they like to do?
It is
contract
the Pirates
control. They love contract control. They love to be able to. We're going to hold these guys in Pittsburgh for as long as we can. We don't care.
So pissed if I got drafted.
We don't care. We don't care if they're going to make it here, when they make it here. We're just going to have them here indefinitely for as long as we can. That's my major concern. If they do it right, and put him, get him into the leagues now. He's not going to come to the majors now. Put him in single A, double A. Let him get acclimated to some pro pitching. Yes, he came from the best conference in baseball, dominated, but that's a huge transition from any sport, college to the pros.
It
is.
Let
him get acclimated, and if you can, at the end of the year, when the rosters expand, bring him up. Let him pitch a couple games. Let's see what he can do. Let him get a taste of the majors, and then next year start him out in double A, triple A, and then fast track him. Get him here as fast as you can. My God, him and Keller at the top of the rotation. If Keller can keep pitching the way he does, if Skenes, how do you pronounce his name?
Skenes. It's actually Skenes. It's very.
Skenes. I always want to say Skenes, but
that's
Skenes,
a hard name.
I like. It's Skenes. If you get Keller and Skenes at the top, we have other pitchers who are coming back from Tommy Johns to fill out that rotation. If Contreras can ever, figure out
get out the dumps.
Yeah, they have a pretty decent rotation going. So I just get him here as fast as you can. Do not hold him back. Do not delay his development for contract control. Get him up here now.
Of course, this was the big pick. Everybody was talking about Paul Skenes. Of course, they did make it through 3 rounds last night, in the day 1 of 3 of the Major League Baseball draft. Number 1 overall, Paul Skenes, right-handed pitcher from LSU. Number 2 pick by the Pirates was number 42 overall, Mitch Jebb, who was a shortstop. And also their 3rd pick was Xander Muth. The same way Muth's last name there. He's a right-handed pitcher as well. He came in at number 67 overall spot in the Major League draft. The draft continues today and tomorrow, along with the the home run derby tonight, and then the All-Star game tomorrow, which has been graced by, and we gotta remember we've been off for a week, so some of these things it's actually news to us still.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Mitch Keller, David Bednar, and also Bednar, I'm sorry, and also Derek Sheldon, they did get selected to the All-Star. I don't know how in the world Derek Sheldon is a coach on the All-Star teams. It's definitely not because he's an All-Star coach. I think that Bednar deserved to get in. Of course, he got in to replace Clayton Kershaw. And then also Mitch Keller was the pick, the all-out pick that got in, who was, you know what, in my opinion, very deserving. These past couple games, the relief and also the hitting really screwed him because he had one hit. He gave up one hit the other night, through 7 innings, one hit.
Oh God, it was
should have won. The replacement comes in, gives up 2 runs, whatever, and we lose. Unbelievable. And I got to tell you guys, this pitching is bad. It's real bad. We have a bad situation right now. The Skenes he's it's got to be uplifting in a sense, just because how bad pitching is right now. This bullpen can't keep anybody from scoring. It can't keep anybody from scoring. The starting rotation, it's a mess. As Mike stated, you have Mitch Keller, who's doing well. You have Dick Mountain, this is the Dick Mountain that I thought we were going to have. When they told me that we were getting a 55-year-old pitcher, this was the guy that I was. If you watch any of these games, guys, he's lobbing the ball in. He's literally lobbing the ball 70 miles an hour right over the plate. He's serving up lunch to these guys.
Oh, it was bad.
It was real bad.
And then he's trying to blame the catcher.
Which I love to do. I love blaming our catcher. Don't get me wrong. But this Dick Mountain, my goodness, he's turning into Dick pile of dog shit. Contreras, they're messing with him. He's going down. He's coming up. He's having trouble. He can't get the ball across the plate anymore. He can't get anybody out. Of course, Big Vince Velasquez, he's out for the season. He was one of our starters. I think they sent Ortiz back down. They got Bido up. It's a disaster. What they have going on right now is a disaster. And I don't believe it as much on the offense as I do on the pitching. The pitching is what's killing them right now.
Well, the pitching has been, especially the bullpen. The bullpen pitching has been terrible. Well, everything else out of Keller and Bednar has been terrible. When we brought in Holderman, I'm thinking, okay, we got a chance here.
He's been blowing them like crazy.
Win. And then 3 pitches in, boom, game.
And then it was a game. Yeah,
we're done. We're done. It was a joke. But also in that game, man, the offense couldn't do anything. So that's an issue right there. There's issues all over, but a lot of it, there were injuries, but the front office did nothing after we had all these injuries to try and address these problems, trying to make a trade, to bring in talent, to replace the talent that we lost. Yeah, if you think you're going to compete, you have to make moves. You have to react to what's happening. You lost 3 starting pitchers, and we got no one back. We didn't go out and try and get anyone. It's a joke.
A lot of bad things going on right now, and as you said, it's real bad. We
drafted the right player.
We drafted the right player. I couldn't agree more. Right now at the All-Star break, guys, here we go. We're 41-49. Okay, 41-49. We're 8.5 games out in the division. The Reds are at the top. The Brewers are a game out. The Cubs are 7 games out. Excuse me. The Pirates are in 4th place at 8.5 games. Getting dangerously close to the St. Louis Cardinals, who's sitting in the basement in 11.5 games. So there's 70 games left in this season. It really couldn't. This is as bad as it gets right now. They are very bad. It doesn't even look like they're trying. And the terrible thing is, the guys that are trying, the young bucks, Nick Gonzalez, Davis, Triolo, and even Troy, who's back off of injury. Yeah. He knocked the cover off the ball. With this group of men, we have more young bucks than Epstein's Island. But anyway,
I knew you were going to make that joke.
You like that?
I told me that the other day off the air. I'm like, all right, he's not going to say it on air.
You like
he
that?
Says it on air.
That was a good one.
Killing me.
But these young guys, they're trying. So here you go. Check this out. Let's just say Brian Hayes could come up and do what he does and hits well and plays third base. And Big Stacks, who's letting me down to the highest degree, Brian Reynolds, he could kind of do what he's getting paid to do. And then Jack Sawinski, who's, almost at 20 home runs. So these three guys here would be the core of the group that we're going to be having in the future. So you put Jack Sawinski, Brian Hayes, Big Stacks, Brian Reynolds, also in the lineup with Nick Gonzalez, Davis, Choi, maybe bring up Andy Rodriguez next year. You get O'Neal Cruz healthy. Along with some good pitching is not a bad team. And in theory, should do better than what this team is doing this year. Beyond this year, I don't know what we're going to do as far as Carlos Santana. I don't know what we're going to do with as far as Andrew McCutchen. But if you keep one of them guys on the team, that'd be a nice, person to have as a DH. A lot of different things you could do. I just think that this pitching is so bad right now. The pitching, Mike, the pitching derby. I can just throw up when I'm watching this team.
It's bad. We have one pitcher with a winning record. That a starting pitcher,
and he's the all-star. Then you have everybody else.
That's Mitch Keller. Yeah, we're chill 7-9. Oviedo 3-10. Contreras 3-7. Ortiz 2-7. And we got Vince Velasquez at 4-4, but he's out. I'm so
over Oviedo. That guy stinks too. I talk him up every time, and he loses every time.
Yeah, this is bad. It's a bad team right now. But like you said, there are some bright spots on this team. For a while there, looked like Brian Reynolds before he signed that contract. They're like, all right, this was the right thing to do. We signed him, and then immediately he sucks. But if we didn't sign up, he'd be tearing it up. We'd trade him, and he'd tear it up. That's the luck of the Pirates. Brian Hayes was struggling. He went and figured out what was wrong, did well, and then back to struggling. He's too inconsistent he's a great fielder, but you got to do more at the plate to justify what you're being paid. And if we can, if Kutch comes back next year in another 1-year deal, it's, he proved he can still play. He can still be a good DH. So, get some of these young guys around. And like you said, man, Gonzalez is playing really, really well. Davis is playing all right. So, if make the right moves, bring more younger players up, because they're the ones who are actually producing.
We do have
this team this way.
We do have to move forward, Mike. A couple off Pirate stores. We're going to stick around in baseball just another moment here. The Atlanta Braves, they beat Tampa Bay to 60 wins. The Atlanta Braves were the first team in the majors to hit 60 wins. I thought that this was impressive because of the impressive overall start that the Tampa Bay Rays has had up to this point. Number 2, Jacob Wilson, the son of Jack Wilson, was taken in the first day of the draft yesterday by the Oakland A's.
All right,
Jacob Wilson.
Congratulations.
There was a game a couple days ago where Jack and Jacob were in the box talking with the announcers. It was really cool. We see looks like a really young kid, but you know what? When you get older, everybody looks really young,
Yeah.
And
of course,
finally,
Jack Wilson looked young when he was in the majors.
Yeah, like a young Steve-O from Jackass.
You're not wrong.
No. And finally, did you guys catch this one? Ellie De La Cruz from the Reds.
Yeah,
he stole second, third, and home in a matter of 3 pitches. He gets on first base. This is the bizarro O'Neal Cruz. This is Ellie De La Cruz over for Cincinnati. He gets on. I don't know how he got on. Maybe a hit, a walk. But once he got on base, he managed to steal second, steal third, and then steal home within 3 pitches.
He's what we hoped our Cruz would be.
Yeah.
And I think we got robbed.
I think we're going to be okay.
I think we're going to be okay. He's hurt right now, but you see this. It's like, you're like, oh, that's an awesome achievement, great athletic play. But then it makes you mad because 1, it was the Reds, and 2, our O'Neal Cruz is out and not being able to compete against this guy. It'd be great to see those two's career side by side.
I hate that.
So F that guy. I like
the bizarro World Cruz.
Me too. I hate him just because he's a Red. If he was outside of our division, I'd love him.
Kutch and Hayes back on the injured list. That didn't last long. Troy again back a couple games. He already hit a home run. The other one that I real quick I want to touch on with you guys is this. A couple weeks ago, as you recall, we had an over and under. Do you believe that Jack Sawinski will hit over the same as or under 30 home runs for the season? Let me update you. There's 70 games left. They played 90. He has 19 home runs. Do you gentlemen think Jack Sawinski's going to hit under 30? He's going to hit 30, or do you think he's going to hit more? Let's do this one more time. Now that we have a little more, things are a little bit more clear with the All-Star break. It's you could take this opportunity to take a look at this. I think that Jack Sawinski is going to hit more than 30 home runs. And you know what my pick was last time? I said right under. I said right around 27, 28, 29. I'm going to say he goes right over 31, 32.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see 35 being the ceiling this year for him.
Yeah.
He just needs to get that. I was just reading up, man. He has 40. He's struck out 40 times. He's struck out looking. That's not good for someone who swings a lot. But if he can cut down on that, it's gotten a lot better. Bad early on. Yeah. So he's becoming more disciplined at the plate. So I'm saying 35 is the ceiling this year for him.
Yeah, his eyes got real good. That was the other thing that I did want to mention about Jack Sawinski is his walk numbers up. He's amongst the tops in at least on the team in walks. He's moving up in the league. His eye is really developing. He's not taking bad pitches. He's not swinging at stuff that he shouldn't. I'm really enjoying watching Jack Sawinski play right now. He's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I just love watching all the young guys get better.
I do too. One more quick thing before we start to wrap things up. Mike, what is your take on our $3 defensive lineman from the Pittsburgh Steelers? Anybody catch this story over break?
Maybe if he cared more about producing in the playoffs than he did about arbitrary rankings from websites, he would actually have produced in the playoffs, and he would, potentially maybe have had a Super Bowl ring. If he didn't let Jacksonville Jaguars run all over him in the playoffs in his shining moment, maybe if he had more than 7 tackles in 7 playoff games, this guy would be worth more than PFF's $3 little arbitrary little thing, and him being pissed off about it. Every offseason, this guy gets pissed off about something, and then when it comes crunch time, he disappears until he plays easy opponents.
And I'll do you one better. I mean, you say that, he's underperforming in the playoffs. How bad must he be underperforming? Because we can't even make the playoffs.
Exactly. We're paying that guy. He has a $60 million contract, and he can't control the line of scrimmage. This guy is everyone said Ben would always say it was me with wins and you and a loss. That is actually Cam Hayward. Cam Hayward is who the Yinzers fans thought Ben was when it came to the media. This guy just has the media wrapped around his finger, and they won't criticize him, and now the fans won't criticize him. He's the biggest underperforming star player when it comes to the postseason that this town has seen in a long time.
I'm excited about Keanu Benton. I think he's gonna. From what I'm reading, he's real disruptive, man. I can't wait to get a look at him.
I told you.
What's that, Derpy?
I told you would be.
You like?
I told you about the one play against Minnesota.
Oh,
he had 2 guys against him, and he just went right through and got the quarterback.
Derpy.
That's what I saw. Yeah. Mike, why don't you go and tell everybody about the website?
DumYinzers.com. Head on over there for everything to Dum Yinzers. We have more links than the ones down there. We have the merchandise store on there. You can get your Bob Nothing merchandise. Yes, we had one correct draft pick, but that does not erase all the bad things Bob Nothing has done. So buy your Bob Nothing merch and show your displeasure. All at DumYinzers.com.
We're going to do a little all-star, a little home run derby trivia today. Derby, you ready? You ready for a little home run derby trivia?
Let's go.
All right, here we go. To little attention and no TV coverage, what year was the first year of the home run derby? With to little attention and no TV coverage, what year was the first year of the home run derby? Take a minute to think that over, and we'll get your answer in just a moment. We're back from our summer vacation, and we are on 7 days a week, all 7 days, Monday through Sunday at 11:30 a.m. right here And then the show that we do live every day, we upload that day over on Spotify and podcast form. So if you missed a show or you just want to listen, put it on in your earbuds while you're at the gym, whatever it is, you could always go over to Spotify and just listen to the podcast. It's a really awesome thing. So go check that out. The show we do today will be over there tonight at 8 o'clock. All right, fellas. So the question of the day is this, because the All-Star game is tomorrow. The Home Run Derby is tonight. The question of the day is this. To little attention and no TV coverage, what year was the very first Home Run Derby? I'm going to start with Mike. Mike, what do you think?
Let's go with 1980.
1980. That's a good guess. That's a good hypothesis, if you will. Derpy, what do you think? The question of the day is this. To little attention and no TV coverage, which year was the first year of the Home Run Derby? Mike says 1980.
Any reason why you would say 1980, Mike?
No,
Was that just a wild guess, Mike?
just a wild guess.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go 62.
1962. So the guys believe for the first year that they had a Major League Baseball Home Run Derby, Mike says it was 1980. Derpy says it was 1962. The answer, guys, to this question is 1985.
Oh, I was so close.
1985.
So close.
Yeah, it's crazy that it took that long for it to become a thing, because guys love crushing home runs since the beginning of time.
Everyone loves home runs. If you say you don't love home runs, you're lying.
Before we go, I do want to share that one thing that I discovered something over break, guys. Well, Derpy was freaking people out on airplanes. The sport to watch is foot volley. Anybody catches foot volley? It's basically volleyball, but they play it with their feet. They kick the ball as you would as like a hacky sack, and you could also hit the ball with your head. And you know what? It's interesting. I think it's 100 times more exciting to watch than pickleball. But if you get a chance
anything
to check
is
it
better
out,
than pickleball.
Foot volley. There you go.
Go check it out.
There you go. Go check it out. Mike, you got anything before we start to get ready to wrap it up today, bud?
Yes, just because the Pirates did the right thing doesn't mean they should be congratulated for doing the right thing. It should be what's expected of you to take the best player available at a position of need. There are two top choices, and you had it, the chance to pick either of them. You did the right one. You should not be patted on the back for. That's how bad this organization is.
Derpy.
As much as
Derpy's
Mike
like
hates
dial
him,
up.
as much as Mike hates him, I'd say let's go win a ring for Cam Hayward.
Let's not win a ring for the most selfish player in Steeler history. F that guy. He's a bum.
There you have it, everybody.
You're bald, Mike. Your opinion isn't valid.
Derpy, you're fat. Your opinion's invalid.
Oh, you.
We're all that.
Yeah, I know.
So your opinion isn't valid.
Said it.
A couple of things I do want to say
that,
before we take off. With all the technologies in baseball, there are things that I love. There are things that I dislike. But the one thing that I do not believe that I ever once in my life desired was to know the speed of the ball coming off the bat after being hit. I think that this is something that maybe you could keep a track of and keep it in the back office somewhere. I'm pretty convinced that nobody cares that the ball is coming off the bat at 105 miles an hour. That's just never been anything in my life that I've ever wondered. I like to see how fast the pitcher throws the ball. I like to see how fast the guy can throw it from short to first, but to see how fast the ball comes off the bat, I think is a little bit much.
Yeah,
also
a bit much.
Also, guys, excuse me, 62 days until the Pittsburgh Steelers kickoff, which I believe Mike said yesterday was about 9 Sundays away.
Yep.
Mike, I got one for you. Number 62, Tunch Ilkin.
Punch.
Ooh.
And also in 31 days, at the beginning of the preseason football.
Yep.
Preseason football 31 days. I'm going to go Mike Logan on that.
Good call.
But there you have it, guys. We're not far away. We are not far away from Steeler football, and I can't wait.
Stairway to 7.
Stairway to 7. Here we go, baby. And here's one other quick fact. I don't want to keep you too much longer, everybody, but everyone's talking about Mr. 103 miles an hour and Paul Skenes, our number 1 draft pick. Derpy and Mike, did you know that Nolan Ryan once went through a 108 mile per hour fastball? So
that is nuts.
Get out of here.
That is 100% true. 108 miles an hour was his top pitch. So, but you know what? I do. He really was. People in this generation don't appreciate him enough. People in this generation don't appreciate Shawnee enough. Shawnee Ohtani. This guy's amazing. Also, keep your
greatest
eye on him.
baseball
If
player
you really want to watch
time.
great baseball, this guy is something. But I do want to say welcome back. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming back and joining us. We're glad to be back. I couldn't wait to be honest with you. But hey, from everybody here at the Two Dum Yinzers, Derpy, Mike, myself,